Welcome to Another Look, a film podcast where we go back and discuss a filmmaker's body of work, from their hits to their misses, as well as genres, eras, movements, and everything in between. In this week's episode, we're doing a theme that I chose, and this theme is revenge, movies that deal with revenge. Revenge is a common theme in cinema, in literature, and a lot of media, everything.
All storytelling.
I think the Bible has it. I'm sure Jonah stabbed the whale after swallowing up or something. But before we get into that, I'm Ian Killian.
I'm Jordan Mushno.
Pat Toomey. Nick Rickbaum.
Ben Riley.
And so this is Another Look. So we're doing revenge movies. So it's funny because, again, I've been watching a lot of Sopranos, and there's a really, I didn't even, this wasn't planned, but there's a really funny line from Tony Soprano about revenge. He says, you know what they say, revenge is like serving cold cuts, and he gets that mixed up with revenge is a dish best served cold, and they're just what? What's that mean? He's like,
it's like a George W.
Yeah,
Bush
and he gets real frustrated with his therapist, and he's like, you know what I fucking mean. So, so let's go over with what we recommend this week. Nick, do you want to start?
Yeah. Jordan and I saw Doctor Strange Saturday, and I went into it very, very negatively.
You're sick of
yes,
Marvel shit, right?
I'm so sick of Marvel shit. But I heard nothing but good things, and I had nothing really better to do, so I was like, let's go. If you're going to the movies, Jordan, I'll come with.
Yeah.
So we went to see it, and I wouldn't say I really liked it, but comparing it, it was solid.
Yeah.
Your expectations were probably low, though, because you didn't really want to see it to begin with.
Well, they were very low. They were very low.
I mean, I think it's a movie that you can, not pick apart, but,
Yeah, I think there are...
It's definitely problems. It's not perfect.
Yeah.
But it is really... It's just a solid movie, you know?
Well, the fact that Scott Derrickson was directing it...
What did he do?
Sinister,
okay.
Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Okay.
But that when the press release first came out about this movie, I was like, "Holy shit! This actually might be
Great cast,
really, really cool."
Yeah. Because
isn't Doctor Strange? I was just talking about this to Jordan. Isn't Doctor Strange more of in the comics? Doesn't he have It's not. It's darker shit.
Well, it's a cult.
Sorcery,
there's a cult, sorcery stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know how much they'll get into that. Who knows?
How much it would fit into whatever
Okay.
the Marvel cinematic
They probably
universe
already
is
did
trying
everything
to do.
they will. We know his powers, and every time we see him from now on, he'll probably just be using them against bad guys.
Yeah,
I doubt they'll
or
even...
fixing major problems that happen, turning back time or...
Yeah, exactly.
But
protecting the city with the mirror dimension.
without spoiling it, since Ben didn't see
I'm
it,
gonna see it, so
Good.
it was the typical origin.
It's Iron Man formula.
Yeah. But I think those types of Marvel movies, the smaller scope, smaller scaled stories, are the ones that I enjoy.
Yeah.
Much more than Civil War, Avengers, or Age of Ultron. I didn't like that at all.
Yeah,
really.
I feel you.
it can get convoluted when there's too much going on.
It's funny you say that because I feel that's what DC should do, and they're doing these big fucking extravagant.
They haven't established anything at all.
No, but they're trying.
Just wait till the Batman, my friend.
Dude, I bet you it's gonna. Unfortunately, it's probably gonna stink.
Okay, we'll see.
Yeah, Doctor Strange is pretty much a typical Marvel movie, but with cooler visuals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's it.
The visuals are
I look at
impressive.
it if
I saw it in 3D and it was awesome.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We did not, but that is awesome.
Yeah.
I've heard good things. I look at it if I was a kid, I would love this movie.
Oh, yeah.
But then I thought when I was a kid, I loved The Matrix the most, and it doesn't really touch that.
But it's funny. Donovan's this feels like The Matrix.
Yeah. It has weird visuals
Yeah.
and stuff like that. It was cool.
Is there kung fu kind of stuff?
Martial arts,
Yeah.
It's just it's not in-depth martial arts, That one, what's his name? Scott Campbell was in it. He's in the Ninja 2 and Ninja movies.
Who was he?
A bad guy, a bad
Like one of his
the
bad
first
boy.
one he kills.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Mads
yeah,
Mikkelsen's
yeah.
little.
I
Yeah.
think Mads Mikkelsen was a little bit underused.
Oh, I think that for most of their
Marvel's villains
always
are
have bad
usually
Marvel's villains
not
are just kind of
great.
like his motivation is kind of you're like, why is he doing that again?
yeah.
Yeah, the coolest villain they had was I think in Civil War, and they don't do anything with him in it because he's
Yeah.
like because it's like a twist
Yeah,
villain
yeah.
instead. But there's cool ideas behind
Yeah.
it.
Who? Daniel Bruhl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I agree with you, Nick. I thought it was solid. I thought it was cool. But my favorite part was when I saw it, people snuck in, people walked in the middle of it, and it's a 3D movie, and they didn't have 3D glasses on. And they were just watching it like, no problem. Their eyes
Man.
crossing.
Probably would have looked so bad at
Yeah.
those interdimension parts. Oh my
So,
god.
Jordan, what did you watch?
I watched Mel Gibson's new movie Hacksaw Ridge,
Oh, nice.
which was pleasantly surprising. I liked it a lot, and I kind of expected to like it, but not nearly as much as
Yeah.
I did. It's so strongly anti-war that I love that
Oh, wow.
aspect about it. It's super powerful, super brutal. Like we were talking about earlier, somebody at the theater passed out 3 times watching it.
Is
not-
that warranted, do you think? Or
You
do you
never
think that's
know.
like over dramatic kind
I
of?
guess it depends
You
on
know-
the person.
I
Yeah, you
guess.
never know because you always hear stories about people passing out to movies at film festivals, and you never know. Like 127 Hours was a big
So, are
one.
you giving a
Yeah.
warning out to our listeners right now that
Yeah.
do not watch it because you will pass out?
Yeah, be careful.
Good warning.
He's shaking his finger at everybody.
But
I didn't think it was that intense.
Yeah, but
it was intense.
Do you think 127 hours was that intense?
Made me hungry for
if I
wings.
was in combat, then I guess I could understand
You
why
mean
that
for
would
Hacksaw Ridge?
Yeah, for Hacksaw Ridge.
Okay.
Then I can certainly understand why somebody would be affected by that. But me, I've seen
You don't have empathy. You can't
Desensitized.
put
You're
yourself in.
desensitized.
Yeah.
Well, I can, but
Can't put
I've
yourself
seen
in their
other war
shoes.
movies, you know.
I've basically been to war. I've seen other
Yeah.
war movies.
Yeah, I've been on the battlefield.
I think
Oh.
this is one that strongly urged me against war more so than most others. Let's just say that.
Wow.
Cool.
Ben, what did you see?
I finally saw The Neon Demon, which was talked about on our
Yucky.
first episode from Nick. He recommended that
He
one
said it
a
was
long
awesome.
time. He said it was pretty awesome. No. But it finally came on to streaming. It was on Amazon Prime. And I had been meaning to see it. You guys all saw it in the
Yeah.
theater, right?
Which
Yeah.
part did you jerk off to?
I didn't jerk off to any part.
Oh,
But what was your guys' opinion on it? I've kind of mixed thoughts about it.
I think that's
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
I
Loved it.
I like it a lot.
I like it a lot too.
I like it a lot, but it is very slow.
I can see
very
people-
obvious.
I can see
you
people
know?
like making like thinking
Pretentious.
it's hollow or pretentious.
Yeah.
favorite
Yeah.
movie of the year.
Really?
Wow.
I liked it. It is slow, and it takes a little bit to build. And some of the parts I was a little confused by. They were
Mhm.
kind of like those surreal kind of things, and like parts of the ending I was a little confused by. Maybe it's supposed to be ambiguous, or I don't know. I don't really want to talk about the ending, I guess, but like as far as spoiling it, but I don't know.
It's definitely one of those movies where if you're not like entranced or hypnotized right away, it could be a hard watch.
There was parts in it where like at first I was like, I'm not sure how much I'm gonna like this, and then there were like in the middle section I was like, oh, this is really cool,
Yeah.
and then there'd be other parts that I
And
was kind
Feel
of
very dry.
And
Yeah.
you're definitely a person that like appreciates the music and like the way
Yeah.
it looks. So that probably
Soundtrack
won
was
you
good.
over. Yeah.
Yeah. The acting was good for like
For what it was trying.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's because everyone feels a little like stiff.
a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
On purpose.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
definitely.
intentional.
And Keanu Reeves was I thought he
think
was
he
kind of random.
I
but-
thought he was awesome.
no, he was good for what he
Yeah.
was, and I know what his point of his character was, but if that one part didn't happen, he was like pretty useless.
Did
Yeah.
you like him better in that or Knock Knock?
I didn't see
at the
Knock
scene
Knock,
when
but I
he's
know
That's
that
hard
when
because
he's tied up.
Because Knock Knock, he was effective because he made me laugh so fucking much.
I've laughed just hearing the quote, and I didn't even see the movie.
I hate
I
that.
forget
I
the
hate
quote.
that movie.
Something about you suck my cock and it's free pizza or it's free cake or something like that.
But yeah, I would recommend watching it. I liked it more than Only God Forgives. That's
Oh,
one
yeah.
I've
Oh,
only
without a
I've
doubt.
only seen that one once, and that one I felt way more unsure about than this one. I thought this one was solid. So
Cool.
Yeah, not for everybody.
no, it's
Yeah, for sure. It's funny you said a Nick Refn movie because I saw a Nick Refn movie recently. I watched. I want to rewatch the Pusher series, the trilogy. I like those movies, so I mean, it's not like I just don't know why I'm re-watching it. It's just something I really like. They're super raw, really like kinetic in your face. Like it feels type like a
Nick Refn's childhood.
yeah, maybe, who knows. But I Mads Mikkelsen's like first or something like that. Like,
Oh, is it?
I don't know, like early
Yeah.
early role.
Yeah.
And it's funny to watch it the same weekend as I saw Doctor Strangelove. You know, his
Doctor Strangelove?
or Doctor Strange. I'm sorry. His
I just bought that on Criterion.
his huge blockbuster movie, and then he's his start. So, but no, it's awesome. It felt like to me like rewatching it. Because I also watch a lot of weirdo vlogs on the internet, so it reminded me of just like some like drug dealer's vlog, daily vlog where he's just in shit. So again, Pusher was awesome. I definitely recommend it.
I've only seen the first one of those three.
The second one is my favorite because that's
really?
That
I
one,
feel like the third one's probably the most. Is the third one the most acclaimed?
second and third.
Second and third. Okay.
It feels more like they're all very grounded, simple movies.
Yeah. Lots of talking.
Lots of
Shit
talking and like conversations of like shitty people just walking down the street.
Right.
And I like that stuff. So I like shitty people. I like streets. So Ben, do you want to go over what we watched this week?
Yep. The first movie we're going to be talking about is Lady Snowblood. It was directed by Toshiya Fujita. It was written by Norio Asada. It was released in 1973, and it stars Miko Kaji as the titular Lady Snowblood. The plot synopsis is a young girl is born and raised to be an instrument of revenge. Rotten Tomatoes score was of 100%, with an average rating of 7.8 out of 10.
You do this every time.
What?
I'm
Maybe
not
I
even-
should cut the Rotten Tomatoes score because you're
because
always so
you don't
baffled
understand
by
how Rotten
it.
Tomatoes works. I don't think.
I do, but
It's not like everybody in the world has voted.
These
How
are
many-
Yeah, I
the
know.
critics that reviewed this movie.
Probably not
all
a ton.
Gave it
Yeah.
positive.
Yeah.
how many critics though?
I don't know.
because
Probably not a ton.
because it just like the past 10 years has popped up back into pop culture.
Not
It's
even.
a Criterion.
Yeah,
so
Yeah.
And
Probably
so-
not since Criterion released it. I don't know when they released it,
I'm
but
not sure.
probably didn't. No one probably talked about it for a long
Like
time.
Quentin
and that's why.
Tarantino mentioned it like 2003 when he was talking about Kill Bill.
Yeah, did people compare it all the time when Kill Bill was coming out, or was it kind of like unknown because people
I think
always
it was-
give him shit?
I think it was unknown until like he was like, "Hey, you guys should check this movie out."
I don't even know if he does that. Check this movie out shit. I think he just rips things off and says,
Well, I read that he every time they took a break,
He had them watch it.
yeah, he had to
Okay.
watch it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and I think
Makes
there's
sense.
interviews where he he talks about it. So
He doesn't try to play it off though, like that. He's not inspired by it, does he? in the
sometimes
public?
I would say not
'Cause it's
a lot. I
clearly
would say
inspired by
mostly
it.
with
Maybe-
Reservoir Dogs thing.
maybe earlier
Yeah,
he didn't announce it
Yeah.
as much, but now he's all about like I'll take it and I'll
Yeah,
use
and
it,
Glorious Bastards
yeah.
quite obvious.
Yeah, so maybe he grew into
Right,
himself,
yeah.
But this movie, the first time I saw it,
First time I've seen it.
it's right down my fucking alley.
Wait, this is the first time you ever saw it?
Yeah.
I've seen it
Really?
Yep.
twice now.
Yeah.
I watched it at the beginning of the year, I think, for the first time.
So this is right down my alley. So I've been wanting to watch it for a while. Like I was in a stage with Kung Fu, and then also the wuxia.
Wushu, like the wushu,
like,
they're like the assassin and stuff.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those Japanese Hong Kong martial arts pictures. So I was definitely excited to watch it, and it paid off for me. I really enjoyed it. I think it's a mix of exploitive grindhouse revenge movie with like artful kung fu, and I think it's awesome.
Yeah, it's short and
Yeah.
it goes through so much.
Oh,
Like I love the framing of it. Like in any other movie nowadays, they would have like the journalist character would pop up at the beginning, and we would follow him as
Yeah.
he follows her around and
Yep.
shit. And I don't want to do that. In this one, he just kind of pops up near almost like the third act, and kind of like brings some backstory to it after it was so mysterious and ambiguous to us beforehand.
and I mean. I do like how it was structured with the chapters. I think that
Yeah, I like that a lot.
and I like how it made sense into the story, You know, he's writing this story.
Yeah, he's part of it too. That's a spoil.
Yeah,
It's like spoilery territory, but he is part of the story that you find out at the end.
Yeah.
How he's actually influenced. He's not just some random guy who's interested in something.
And this is also an interesting time in Japanese filmmaking, and you know, I think maybe. So when was this? 73?
73.
So I think like 10 years before, or you know, in between the 60s and 70s, there was a Japanese new wave of like violent. You know, very similar to.
This is the same company who did House.
Yeah, very similar to what you know the American new wave. You know, it's just younger filmmakers doing different weirdo things, and it. You know, I am also a big fan of some of that era with like, you know, what is it, Branded to Kill and Tokyo Drifter. That's from the 60s more.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's not exactly the same feeling, but it's like this arty feel with like these pulpy grindhouse characters that are.
Right. It's like well-made exploitation. You know, it doesn't look
Yeah.
shitty.
Yep.
It's not edited shitty.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's well written.
It's cared about.
Yeah,
Like, you know,
exactly.
they care about the characters.
I don't know enough about that whole era.
That's okay. I don't
Yeah.
think I do either.
Yeah.
But
I haven't.
Me watching that movie, it felt a little newer than 1973.
Yeah.
Well,
the
that's
way it
because we watch movies that are so inspired by it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I liked a lot in that movie is when they went back in the flashback and showed those like still images.
It's like grainy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that looked.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was about it, but I thought that looked really good.
Yeah.
Was it talking about like the history of Japan? Basically, the history of these people going at targeting
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
white
yeah,
people
Blood
in white.
tax riots
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's
Yeah,
kind of
it's-
political.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
historical
You know,
perspective.
I don't know too much about the Japanese history of that era, but that movie takes place after a westernization of
It's not.
Japan.
It's not period. It's period. It's not like because it was made in the 70s. It's not like a 70s movie.
No, yeah.
No, yeah.
It's period.
Yeah, so it's after like the westernization. I don't remember the years, but and also takes place after typical samurai movies too. They take place in the I can't remember. It's not off the top of my. I don't know it off the top of my head. But this takes place after what they're usually,
Right.
you know, the samurai era. So there's definitely political stuff. You know, they talk about, you know, stuff with like the military. You know,
Right, the draft, the forced draft, and then the peasants
which they're
have to.
conning these people into.
Yeah,
And also, like, there's a shot of somebody dying over top of the Japanese and American flag and blood spatter.
oh yeah,
that
You know,
that shot's amazing.
That's fucking, like, that's heavy, you know?
What I think is interesting, and actually in regards to the assassin again, is that it mixes a little historical relevance with like mythological stuff too, because there is a little bit of spiritualness to the movie.
Asura, the demons.
Yeah,
you know?
what was it? What did it mean? They said it in one line. It's like born for vengeance through the spirit of a parent. You know, a mother.
She is literally a sword. You
Yeah,
know, she is
yeah.
born a sword. She is a fucking weapon. And yeah, it's so cool. The opening titles are fucking sick, like bloody red.
Right. I think
text.
every chapter is awesome, and it's surprisingly twisty. There's more than one twist, and like each section, when you know who her target is in that moment, and you kind of like get in their world, like with the gambling and like the what's his name, Benzo,
Yep.
and he's like gambling, and he's like an old drunk, and you almost feel sympathy for him.
He begs for forgiveness.
Yeah,
And
he knows
for a
what he
second
did was
you're like,
wrong.
Oh yeah. Then you know, I'm not saying she's right or wrong. That's hard to. You know.
I knew she would go for it.
Oh,
though.
yeah. What's she gonna do after this whole event? I mean, there's a sequel, but
which I
don't
haven't
fully
watched.
understand.
what's that?
Because it kind of the
Her
way it
story's
kind of ends.
over. You know,
Yeah.
what does she do? So maybe she has an aunt that was.
Has anybody seen?
No, I have not watched the
I
sequel
haven't
either.
seen it.
I wanted to, but I never got around to it.
Now I'm curious, Nick. What did you think about this? Because this isn't like your era of movie, but it is
Right.
violent. It is arty looking.
I'm not gonna trash this movie a whole lot.
Wow.
I didn't really care for
Turned
it,
over a new leaf.
but the reasons I didn't care for it aren't because of the story itself. Because of course,
Yeah.
I mean, my taste. I typically
You like Kill Bill?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I do.
Kill Bill's better, but it's you know.
Really? You think so?
Oh yeah,
It's
it's first of all, you have 3 hours. You can update, you
Yeah.
know, I do think Kill Bill. I think Kill Bill's
I think
amazing.
you might even have more than 3 hours. That might be 4 hours.
Kill
What?
Bill.
Yeah, altogether. Because what is it?
Altogether.
2-hour movies?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I really like Kill Bill too. I was kind of surprised to hear you say that.
It's just polished more.
Yeah.
You know. So.
Oh yeah, like you can.
You
frankly,
can flesh
there
it
are
out way more because
Yeah.
you have so
Yeah.
much more
like
time.
frankly it would not exist without Lady
Yeah,
Snowblood.
there's no
No.
Lady Snowblood.
Yeah.
Or-
Like
sorry.
there are literally sections that are completely ripped out
Even
and
just
put
the
in.
chapterization of
Yeah.
his movies in
of
general.
all of his fucking movies.
Yeah.
The like priest who trains her is so
Yeah,
they rip
exactly.
that out
Yeah.
and you know
Even like the
the
shot,
snap zooms and things like that.
like when in the
blood.
the beginning, like where she's being born. You know, that's like jail, right?
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
in jail.
in prison.
The way like with the snow and like the cage area, that reminds me of like that whole section of with
at the very
at the end of Kill Bill.
the last
first
fight
one.
scene
Okay.
is in the snow
Yeah.
like that too, and
Yeah.
have the blood. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
It just it's kind of devoid of the atmosphere I typically hope to get in a movie like that,
Mhm.
like a brutal revenge type thing. I kind of want to feel
It's cleaner.
like I guess I know.
You want dirty grittiness?
Well, I know it's from the 70s, and you know it probably was very limited in what it could do budget wise. I hated like the blood looked like
man.
Kool-Aid
Oh,
and
Dude, I
It's
think
supposed to
Kool-Aid-
be like over the top looking.
See,
though, I
I'm
think.
not familiar enough with that.
I think
with,
I think that blood's awesome.
it's all
Really?
and like I mean, okay, think about the 70s.
Blood looked like
in
it back
American
then.
movies.
Yeah, they
That-
they tried to change the shade because it would give it an NC-17.
in
Oh,
Lady
really?
It
In
Snowblood.
looks
American
too
movies.
real.
But
right?
Yeah,
yeah, I'm
yeah,
saying though,
yeah.
like, yeah, that shit doesn't happen in the 70s movies. Like,
No.
like Mean Streets, it was like their blood was like orange or something. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah,
Taxi Driver.
Taxi Driver's the one where they had changed
yeah.
the shade because
Oh,
it would
wow.
have had
And, like,
an
you know,
NC-17.
People didn't bleed like that in the movies. Like you get like in a car accident and like a dude has like a bloody nose and like a bruise. You know what I'm saying? There's no. So I mean,
And what's interesting is it has that much violence and gore, and they had a song, like a pop song made for it.
yeah,
That blows my mind.
different cultures.
Yeah.
man.
I thought it was cool that a lot of the fight set pieces all were within like a tranquil setting in a way, like
Okay.
like
Yeah.
pretty things.
Snow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought that was cool.
And I think the camera work was fucking awesome.
yeah,
Oh yeah,
A
very.
lot of like 180 degree like turns around the
always
you know,
focused on her face. Usually.
always
Cool
handheld,
close-ups.
always handheld too, which just at some moments is like a little shaky when I don't think it's trying to be. But
yeah, like the part where they're like going up the stairs. and-
exactly. That's
yeah.
just like a budgetary
Yeah.
thing.
There was the zooms, the
Snap
the-
zoom.
the
You would have
whip
no idea
hands
some of
and-
them, like
yeah.
that one where when Benzo is begging for forgiveness and it like zooms out to like the top of the cliff. You would never guess. It just shows a whole scene where that's not happening.
Yeah.
And then you're like, where was this camera?
Beautiful. Yeah, like you were saying, beautiful set design.
Mhm.
I think the character's just very cool.
Yeah,
Even
I
though
love Lady Snowblood.
It doesn't give too much about her. You know, you don't.
No.
But you know what she's all about, which is just getting revenge for her parents she didn't know, and
Yeah.
her brother she didn't know, and it doesn't. This movie's more of like a grindhouse exploitation, so it doesn't really go with the morals of the idea of revenge.
Absolutely.
But it does. I mean, it's fun to watch. It's an awesome action movie.
Yeah.
I think plain and simple.
Super
And
stylistically
it's
influential.
stylistic and it's simple
Yep.
too, but enough where you care about what's going on.
Many other movies that came out that year.
Yeah.
I was just sort of because I just sort of wanted to compare them. This is a big year. So American Graffiti,
Oh wow. That
The
is
Exorcist, Paper Moon, Mean Streets, Enter the Dragon, The Sting, Wicker Man, The Long Goodbye, Badlands, Charlotte's Web, Serpico, Robin Hood. That movie's sick.
I need to see Serpico.
You need to see Robin Hood. Yeah. Oh, we tried to watch Serpico.
What
You fell
Robin Hood?
asleep. The Fox Robin Hood.
What?
That's
The
the best
animated
Robin.
Fox Robin Hood.
Okay.
The Disney
I
one.
know
That's,
it.
that's the best Robin Hood out.
Okay.
Fuck you, Kevin Costner. Fuck you, Russell Crowe. That Fox is better than both of y'all.
Oh my god, I forgot about that Russell Crowe shit.
Magnum Force. So I mean, Day of the Jackal. So this is a crazy year for
Holy shit, Magnum
movies.
Force. What year did Dirty Harry come out? 71, 70.
Charlie Varick. Yeah.
Something like that.
So there's that's a good year of movies. But
Yeah, there's a lot.
there's violent 70s movies.
Yeah, it's one of like we spoke about with the American New Wave. Things are changing
Yeah.
at that time. I don't know exactly how it was like in Japan,
Yeah.
but this is certainly on the level.
Well,
More,
where
even
does
more.
House Sue like rank in that, like with the Japanese like kind of movies of that?
I honestly
time
don't
frame?
know. I'd have to
Yeah.
look more into
Like
that.
what do you mean? Just like
I just mean like because they're not too far apart.
Yeah.
So like, is this all part of the same kind of
House
era?
Sue
do you
was
think?
made to be a blockbuster.
yeah.
Okay.
So it because of Jaws. That was right?
Yep, they
yeah,
wanted a
because
movie
of Jaws, they
similar to
wanted
Jaws,
yeah.
yeah.
So they were trying to get a big horror movie to capital on the
Yeah.
success of Jaws.
Yeah. Okay.
So I assumed Nick was gonna hate this.
Yeah, I was
Really?
He sent me a text that basically said I'll save it, so I was assuming that he had
Well,
something.
He
Maybe-
didn't like it.
Maybe. Yeah,
Maybe-
but he was respectful, which is like definitely weird. He wasn't like busting in like, I could totally beat Snowblood up. She doesn't scare me, stuff like that. So
Dude, I would be
she looks stupid. So
I would be afraid if she walked in a room, as they all were. What there's
Well, it
that
should've
shot
been.
when she throws her little umbrella and it goes into like at the very
off the roof?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
she's like just like sitting up there, and then she jumps down, and the camera follows her from behind as she just like dismantles all of them. It is amazing.
Oh, the Flash segment when it's between her and the reporter, and he like holds her back or something like that, and they like look at each other, and all these flashes of like flashbacks of like what happened in like throughout the movie. Do you remember that?
Not exactly,
Oh man, it's so fucking awesome.
but it does make me think of some other things because I love how this movie familiarizes you with who she's after so well.
Yeah.
You always know who they are.
Mhm.
There's parts where they do some things that are a little strange, like literally show their face, like to get like in like a little
There's that shot.
clip arty
Well,
kind
there's
of.
that shot of like they freeze frame action, and like the woman is like walking upstairs. And you
Yeah,
can
and they
see
just
her-
go right through to her eyes.
Yeah, and
so
it's like
funny.
on the corner of the screen or something.
Yeah, I like the idea, but I don't think that was super effective because like it's hard to even see it on the
can't even
screen.
see
Yeah, like it's hard to even notice
The
that her
attempt
eyes
is
are
awesome,
in there. Yeah.
but yeah.
Not the greatest execution on
No,
that.
but it's a cool idea. But no, it's like it's a tense scene between her and the reporter. Like he's holding her back, trying to stop him or her from killing, and they like look at each other, and it's just like anger in her face, and it like flashes back of like
Who's she trying to kill?
I think his father.
Okay, so it's at the very end.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one part that I thought it was about to get super gory at the one part when she started like peeling off his face and it was like a mask, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
At
yeah.
first though, I was like, is this she's gonna like
The fake
rip
one.
his-
Yeah.
Yeah, the
first
fake guy.
time.
Yeah.
Some in like feudal Japan, they make
Looked pretty damn
they
realistic.
make latex masks. I guess back who knows?
Well, that guy
Halloween is
was,
big. He's rich.
he's super rich and he works for the government to
Yeah.
produce weapons and
So
stuff.
I think he invented Halloween masks.
Yeah. Tom Cruise would play him now. So.
Mission Impossible style face rip. When that lady hung herself and she just fucking
Slashes her right. And she's
cuts
so
her in
pissed every
half.
time these people keep dying before
She's
she can kill them.
disappointed.
She
Yeah.
can't get her
She's-
vengeance.
Yeah.
she's disappointed.
It
But
leaves her, purposeless. You know what I mean? When she
Mhm.
can't. Now, the one her mother killed.
yeah.
Yeah.
I thought there's the party seemed like what like Nick said it doesn't feel like an older movie. The way the movie like the way the party scene felt like a newer movie. There was an urgency or something that I just felt like it was really tense the way she was getting through, and I just don't know if movies off the top of my head that give off that same feeling from that era. Maybe I don't know. It was very effective.
Yeah. I think the movie is super effective. It's very structurally sound. Kind of like how Quentin Tarantino does his movies, too.
Yeah.
It's just not all, like, out of order.
And
you know what I
it's
mean?
like confident too.
Yeah. It's able to, like, even when you're like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, when the guy, the reporter's father come and visits the reporter, you're like, why the hell would he show his face? But at that point, you don't know he's his father.
Yeah.
So it makes sense then, but before that, I was like questioning the logic of showing up. It's just too convenient, but it's not that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this was one of my. This is a movie that I really loved. I would give it a 4 out of 5. I really enjoyed it. What about you, Nick?
I'd give it a 2.5, and I'm gonna go home and put in Rumble in the Bronx instead.
I mean,
Well,
I would
yeah.
watch Rumble. I love Jackie Chan movies. But I just don't know.
Stop just saying Jackie Chan.
I just don't
Think about how stupid you sound when you bring up Jackie Chan every time we talk about some Asian movie.
They're just. I just don't. Yeah, I love Jackie Chan. I love Rumble in the Bronx. I just don't know what the connection.
Why don't you say you're gonna watch The Medallion or The Tuxedo?
Tuxedo?
Or something? Yeah.
So, but I just What does it? Did this movie remind you of a Jackie Chan movie?
Well, yeah, because it's like, yeah, it's like fucking kung fu shit.
That's stupid, man.
It'd be like you should go home and watch like Seven Samurai or something like that, or Last Samurai.
Which one? The one with Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
I'll watch that.
Okay, that would make more sense, I think. But
Kill Bill.
yeah,
I haven't seen that in forever.
yeah. So 2.5.
Well, when you
A respectful 2.5.
when you brought
kind
up
of respectful.
when you brought up Kill Bill the other day, I didn't even think about that when I was watching it. Prior.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Prior.
You must not remember Kill Bill very well. Then.
I don't.
Yeah.
But then when you brought it up, I was like, you know what? Yeah, I can certainly see. Like, I can definitely like style wise, and obviously
Even
story
the
wise.
plot,
the blood,
Yeah.
first of all.
Yeah.
Well,
So many elements.
You
They're
said you
just
don't
straight
like
out ripped.
Kill Bill because it has to do with like a woman.
No, I liked Kill Bill a lot.
She doesn't
are you
like
excited
when
for Expendables?
I like no. I like Volume 1 way more than Volume 2.
Why aren't you excited for Expendables?
I'm not getting myself in a hole here.
Yeah, we're just trying to dig them.
not getting myself in a hole here, but just put it this
does
way.
sound fucking. I
I'm
think
not.
Expendables is stupid, so I'm not real hooked on Expendables. So, but Ben, what do you think about this?
I liked it. I gave it a 3.5 out of
Cool.
5. It was cool and stylized, and obviously I liked Kill Bill, and it has the same kind of.
Are you gonna watch the
Stuff.
sequel maybe sometime?
Yeah, I'd watch it.
I heard it. It's the same idea.
Yeah, I've heard not as good things.
Yeah.
But
obviously,
I saw not that IMDb ratings matter all that much, but it wasn't like a low
Oh yeah.
like a piece of shit sequel like
Yeah,
you see
yeah.
sometimes. So
Is it this? Does anybody know if it's the same director?
It's the same director.
Oh, okay. That's definitely
Same star, I think, too.
right.
yeah,
This girl cutting people up.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I want to see.
I would
Or-
give it a 4.
Yeah.
That's what.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Hell
It's
fucking
super
yeah.
fun.
Yeah, it's easily watchable.
Yeah, not long.
I think the
there's
fighting
so
is-
much good. There's so
fighting
much
is
that
awesome.
happens, which is interesting because we'll talk about it in a second.
Yeah.
Within the bedroom.
So we're gonna go teach. We're gonna take a break and teach Nick the difference between Jackie Chan movies, kung fu movies, Japanese and Chinese people, and everything in between. Hold on. All right, Ben. What else did we watch?
for the second movie, we watched In the Bedroom. It was directed by Todd Field. It was written by Todd Field and Rob Festinger. It was released in 2001. It stars Sissy Spacek, Tom Wilkinson, Marissa Tomei, and Nick Stahl. The plot synopsis is: in idyllic mid-coast Maine, the Fowler family's only son, Frank, comes home from his freshman year at college for summer vacation. His mother, Ruth, is unhappy with Frank, dating soon-to-be divorced mother, Natalie, who is several years his senior, but Frank's father, Matt, doesn't see a problem. While Frank considers holding off his future for Natalie, her jilted husband causes them all problems until an unthinkable tragedy shakes the community to its very core. Rotten Tomatoes score of 93% and an average rating of 7.9 out of 10.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
Todd.
I'm very
what
glad
are you
that
doing?
I'm very glad that synopsis didn't spoil it.
Yeah.
You
I'm
know-
gonna spoil it.
Well, yeah, that's fine.
No, yeah, I'm not
But-
commenting on that.
But
I'm commenting.
What I really want to talk about though, what's Todd doing?
What
He
is
needs
Todd
to- he
doing?
needs
He
here?
needs
to-
to get his acting
He has
gear.
4 kids, I read. I think he just
Whoop-de-doo.
likes his family.
Yeah, then
Well-
once he has one project and he quits and then he jumps on another.
Yeah.
and he
I
quits.
hate
Yeah.
that project just says it's like in like I've
Is it
heard about
Beautiful
that
Ruin?
one. No,
No, the
Creed
last-
of Violence
yeah,
or
Creed of
whatever.
Violence
Oh.
with
It's been
Leo.
like 6 years since
Yeah.
I heard about it. It's
Oh
like,
man,
Jesus
all of
Christ.
his every
He was
time.
gonna do Blood Meridian.
Yeah, for a
but
long
he's
time.
doing a HBO show.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
a 4-episode thing.
We'll see.
God. Not a
Whatever
movie,
it
but
is,
Kinda
probably
sounds-
going to be damn
it,
good.
It sounded
Oh,
cool.
I
It's
guarantee
called like
it.
Purity or something like
Something like that.
that. Yeah.
he's fucking master.
He is
Yeah,
awesome.
He's a
his
master.
2 movies are fucking
It's
great.
funny because I read a review for this movie where I don't know where something like Village Voice or some dope was like, hey,
Vincent Canby. Or
he
whatever.
said he's like Todd Fields, this is a masterpiece. He never has to make another movie again. I hope he does, but he doesn't have to make another movie again.
Asshole.
And the fucker only made one more movie, so
He's also so good in Eyes Wide Shut.
yeah,
Yeah.
piano player. Now his movies, both movies, Little Children and this, you could read the synopsis and roll your eyes really hard and be like, this sounds like a fucking Lifetime movie.
Yeah, like suburban despair
Yeah.
type.
It,
A dryer.
like a bored housewife and
Yeah.
like little
Yeah.
children, or,
Which honestly are like that's one of my favorite genres, but only when
Me
it's
too.
well done.
Yeah,
Because like
yeah.
ordinary people
yeah,
and things
oh yeah.
like that.
I mean, these are Ice Storm. There's
Yeah,
great.
This
exactly.
movie hooked me from the moment it began.
The beginning's awesome.
it-
The beginning's very soft and tender and like whispery, and they're out in the field and it just like quietly goes to the title. It's awesome. What were you gonna say though, Nick?
Well, it just
Does this movie make you cry?
no, it
I may have cried.
It makes me cry.
I'm
a
trying.
little
I
bit.
can't really remember which part. I feel
There's
like
a part
did.
I know that like gets me real bad every time, but I'll let you finish.
this was badass.
oh.
This
Like we are in agreement that the movie is good, but you still say something that is just like
And like they were just talking about crying over this movie.
Oh my
this
god.
to me, this is badass to me.
What is a guy?
This
so
you like
fucking
Tom Wilkinson
Yeah.
going rogue. That's
Yeah.
what you like.
but he's not badass.
I think he is.
You're
No.
wrong. You're wrong. He's not badass.
There's
dude.
no hint at revenge in this entire movie until the very end when it happens.
He's-
Pretty unexpectedly.
and he doesn't feel good about it.
No.
He doesn't feel good about it,
it's
but
his last resort.
I get it. But that shit is badass to me because he got what was coming to him.
Is this like a death
Because
sentence
that guy's
kind of thing?
that
It's so
guy's a piece
twisted.
of
That guy
shit.
is a piece of shit.
But were you guys feeling sympathetic at all towards that guy at the end when you like see
I
when
mean,
they're in
I
his
don't know.
house and you see the picture
Yeah,
with his
I mean,
family?
yeah, for sure. And I think that is definitely effective. I think that's definitely on purpose. This movie is definitely, I keep saying definitely, is a big morality play.
He's not like a super evil or anything.
Yeah.
He just is like
Before we get
a
to
shitty
the,
guy.
to the late in the movie, let's talk a little bit about the
The
beginning.
setup.
So let's rewind all the badassness
Yeah,
of Tom Wilkinson. So what were you gonna say, Jordan?
So the moment that her son, Sissy Spacek and Tom Wilkinson's son, Stoll, is shot
Mm-hmm.
is shocking.
And
It's
it
the
doesn't
most suffocating
it doesn't
moment.
show anything.
It's so
You just
blunt.
watch Marissa Tomei walking down the stairs, and she
Yeah.
has that. And who's amazing, by the way.
Yeah.
I think
And
they're
she-
all. That
Yeah.
everyone
Oh
is
my-
amazing in
Yep.
this movie.
Literally perfect, and it's just so. It literally is suffocating. You just know the gravity of that situation has like amplified so bad.
That gore was unlike Lady Snowblood, where the fucking gore in that looked like Sherwin Williams paint. That gore was so
This
realistic.
was so realistic.
Yeah.
Like the plot, like everything about this movie though is so much more realistic than that.
Yeah, so ground. that
Jordan's point was so derailed by the gore.
that one moment though is so it's so real.
It is because like Jordan was saying, it's suffocating. It doesn't show the act, and it's your imagination. It holds you on this reaction of his girlfriend, You want to keep going on it?
Yeah, and her instant scream, and you just know like the wind gets sucked out of you. That moment, and as she walks downstairs, and you just see him walking around with the gun in his hand.
Just sits on the table.
And then he sits on the table, and they bring down to show you his head with the bullet in it.
Yeah.
That might be one of
And
the
it's-
best shots I've ever seen.
Best scenes.
Yeah.
For sure, because it's so effective. It's such great misdirection the entire movie. Even though it takes you there, you never expect that.
But the gore.
But the gore.
That gore was so. I mean,
It's literally
It looks like a real kind of.
a nanosecond. It's like fucking so short.
I know, but
Maybe because was it so shocking to you because it's not. There's no hint. You know,
Yeah.
there's no build up. It's just
it's so blunt.
it's
You
blunt.
didn't. Yeah, you don't know where he shot him. You don't like it. Is
you don't
shocking.
know how he shot it. Yeah, it's just
And
Yeah.
the whole movie's beautiful. That's the only
Yeah.
ugly thing in this.
Exactly.
Even the bad guy, the bad quote unquote bad guy's death is
Yeah,
just a shot in the fucking arm or something. You know.
Yeah.
It doesn't show the gore. You know, there's a squirt of blood, but man.
Does he shoot him twice at the end?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he shoots him.
Like in the
he
shoulder
shoots him,
and
and then he
the
gets on
ground.
the ground and starts.
Oh,
crawling,
that
and
was
then-
so realistic too.
So
'Cause-
like, but not as like realistic as this face wound. You know what I'm saying though? Like.
Yeah.
It's funny because it's almost like Nick is talking about Lady Snowblood, and he's.
I know you're talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
This movie isn't like about revenge.
No. It's
More
about grief.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
more about grief.
It's a revenge
And
movie.
grief leads to his
but
revenge.
it's a revenge
and that
movie
is
in the
badass
most.
to me.
Do you think Todd Fields is like hell yeah, pound bro? Like,
Well,
let's go get
that-
some Monster
that-
energy drink and talk.
That I'm sorry, but that is I'm gonna
So let's-
overuse it.
Let's
That's
hear why you like
badass.
this movie. Besides two moments that add up to like 10 minutes.
Well, what's before?
Okay.
You say 2 moments. Well, there's only 2 moments what he likes in Batman vs Superman.
That's
to
true.
Make him like a whole movie. So, and he's given the lip quiver. But keep going.
Do we want to get into the climax?
No, I do. I'll get in anyway.
Let's wait.
Okay,
Let's
okay.
keep going. There's so much to talk about in
Yeah,
this movie. that let's.
I have like pages of.
What do you guys think of the title? Like how in the beginning they talk about the lobsters being in the bedroom.
And there's like secret stay in the bedroom.
Yeah,
type of,
it's
like,
it's a metaphor for how people communicate to each other without communicating.
Yeah.
How we don't really know, and they fight. Sissy Spacek and Tom Wilkinson's character fight about this at the end
in the bedroom.
in the bedroom, and you don't know at all how they feel that entire movie because she's interpreting something. They grieve differently.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Oh,
And
yeah,
she's
yeah.
interpreting something way differently. But for most of the movie, we're focused on his perspective of grieving. So like when he's like, and it's so subtle, like when he's trimming like the hedges on the tree and he just sees that like piece of wood his kid nailed into the tree, and then they show a little glimpse of
A little
the kid climbing
so
the
fucking
tree.
good.
Oh my god,
That's so good.
that moment gets to me. It makes me super sad.
The part that gets me, I knew it on the second, because this is maybe the second or third time I've seen it. Even the first time, because I knew what happened. It seems so real and uncomfortable. And it seems like this is what happens in the real world when you hear horrible news. You're not waiting for it. You're not like sitting around just in your room or in your house. You're doing things. And
You're living your life, yeah.
and
Normal
and she's
things.
at the choir. She's
Yeah.
teaching that choir, and he comes down. And he does that there's that that not like a montage, but that segment of him walking through the halls, just taking his fucking
Looks
time
lost.
to get to her to tell her the bad news. And it doesn't show her tell or him tell. You just
It goes to the funeral.
yep,
Then I think.
and it's super effective. She's at work, and that part really like fucks me.
Well,
up.
even for him, he's at work.
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
just,
you know.
he
Yeah,
just
he
gets
said
a
he
phone
has-
call
Yeah.
like any
Well,
other day.
I think what made they did such a good job. Todd Field did such a good job at setting up how they had their relationship with the son, especially
Yeah.
the father.
Mhm. buddy.
Yeah, like coming down to see him
Yeah.
on his lunch breaks and trying to spend time with him.
And the mother's like overprotective, but very loving.
Yeah.
But is overprotective.
Overbearing a
once,
little bit.
Once
Yeah.
everything perfect for him.
Yeah, she's overbearing, and he's kind of living vicariously through him.
Yeah.
So he kind of adds those aspects to the screenplay and makes it just so much smarter, and adds you be able to understand the family dynamic and really care
right.
about them. You know,
And like their fight at the end feels like a real fight.
Oh,
like
it's
it feels
awkward.
so
It's
real and
fucking
awkward.
like I shouldn't be in this room with them.
Yeah.
Also, another touching moment is like a montage of them just like living their life. You know, it doesn't really show anything. It's just them trying to get through this fucking horrible.
Yeah, just scene after scene
Like
of them
mowing the
coping.
lawn, you know, she's you know,
Watching TV.
Watching TV. Yeah.
They go to the cabin and eat with their friends, and it's just everybody has to watch what they say because they're more focused on it during the conversations with them than they are.
Yeah, because
And
they don't want to hurt their feelings.
yeah, they just don't. They don't know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
She's watching him. Isn't he? He's drinking at the
Drinking,
cabin,
yeah.
and she's just paying attention to that.
Yeah, yeah. And like it's definitely a communication thing, like you said, Jordan, where you know maybe a couple more drinks for him is helping him. You know that might not be hurting his life,
Right.
but she's like taking offense with how he's grieving. You know he doesn't like how she's doing things, or he has like feelings on maybe she pushed him towards it, or he pushed, or you know
They're playing the
try to
blame
blame
game.
they're
each
playing
other.
the blame game. You know, it's just it's not sensational either.
Yeah.
There's no like over melodramatic feel to it. It's just so fucking natural and moments that are super uncomfortable. But you even no matter how uncomfortable they are, you can't like take your eyes off the screen. It's beautiful cinematography.
Super captivating.
The dialogue is written perfectly. The acting's great. So this is the third time I saw it. So I was, you know, I'm into the movie. It's very gripping. But the fucking priest makes me laugh.
In his shorts
In
at the
his
beginning.
shorts. But even though he gives like he talks to the mom and his fucking line, he sucks. He sucks.
What does he say?
I don't
can't even really
remember.
He may have been a real. Maybe he was a real guy off the street.
Well, if he was a real priest, don't fucking quit your day job. You know, stay a priest, not an actor. No, I don't want to be a dickhead, but it's just, yeah, it's.
I remember
acted
what
perfectly.
what scene you're talking about, but I can't think about what he
just
said.
Like, he's just like softballs these these lines to her, but
Yeah, he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about.
no,
It's funny because at the after the funeral, they're like the visitation or whatever. He's in the background having drinks, enjoying his time, and
Yeah.
you see them just trying to deal with it, and she's laying down,
yeah.
And they
staying
go-
from everybody.
Yeah, he goes upstairs. She's
Yeah.
upstairs. Yeah.
She desperately needs to talk to somebody, and he desperately doesn't want to talk.
And there's
You know what I mean?
definitely
They cope
Yeah.
about it with different ways.
and like you know we were talking about like the get together of the you know after the funeral. It feels like a small town. Like I feel like I know the ideas of you know everybody in this town. You know, there's like one factory that everybody works at. You know,
There's an odd comparison here from me, but it makes me feel like Boyhood because this is the time I grew up and I was a kid, and I know how it just felt like my life back then, and
yeah,
I
it
can,
did.
you know, I can live in that world.
that's an era we grew up in with
Yeah.
like that technology.
Exactly.
You know, and you know we're all small town boys. So yeah, the end. Okay? So I feel like I think it's time to switch over because this movie does a switch over. It
Yeah.
feels more stylized. The you know the tension is different. It's some say it's more badass.
Oh yeah. Oh, it is.
So
I don't think there's a change. It's more dramatic, but I don't think there's a necessarily a huge change in tone.
I felt it big.
I think there's a couple moments that really stick out to me of tone wise, like when the lights are like there's scenes with like lights in the town turning off or something like
Yep.
that, and you know just like something isn't right, something
Yep.
is gonna happen maybe. And I mean I'm not saying it's not huge like
Yeah.
it's not
It
like,
moves into it.
yeah
Yeah.
it's very subtle of these like
Right,
little
right.
stylized things.
Okay, I watched this movie. I probably like 3 times as well.
Yeah.
I must have missed it this time, and I can't pinpoint. Do they
Shootout?
Do they plot? Do Tom Wilkinson and his friend plot this
Well-
down in the basement?
No, they don't. We
No.
don't see that.
They don't see
we don't see it
anything.
happen.
The-
It's kind of surprising
I know
when
they-
his
they
friend
talk-
is there.
They talk about another case of
Okay.
a guy
Yeah.
or of a woman killing a guy
Who works at like a bank, a county up,
and like he's like, there's no way she could have done it by herself, and
Yeah.
then like it cuts.
yeah.
Okay, so but that basically is the setup, in a way, right?
I don't. What do you mean? Like, there's really a hint. Like when I first saw it, I had no clue what was happening. I didn't know that kid was gonna get killed. I didn't know.
I think I got it spoiled for me before I saw it.
Yeah. See, I didn't know any of this, so it was pretty surprising both times.
Every moment, every moment. This is a movie that turns into revenge because he feels like it's his only option to help his wife
Yeah.
and him, because this is the only way they're ever going to get over it, because the
He's
justice
probably gonna
system
walk.
is
Yeah.
failing him.
Yeah. You know, he was going to get manslaughter, which, 5 to 10 something years.
He would be out.
His lawyer
before you
fucking
knew it.
sucks. Let me just say
Yeah,
that.
he
That
does.
guy's
Oh, yeah.
a big piece of shit.
That scene where it showed him like close up, like in his pockets and stuff when he's talking.
Oh,
to
yeah,
him.
he
yeah,
just
yeah.
it's just noise to him because
Yep.
he knows.
Yeah, that part, is definitely very effective. Yeah, he's just like he's just given up. He's just like,
Yep.
what can I do?
He's like,
It's lost,
time to
yeah.
kill, baby.
No.
That is bad ass.
Okay.
That's the moment where he goes and tries to find evidence himself.
Yeah.
But we do not know that there's even a hint of him killing that person at all.
Yeah, that's
We
don't have evidence.
We have no evidence.
That's
Yeah.
really good, Jordan. I just got that now. Like, we see it from Marissa Tomei's perspective of what she said. She and she probably could have dealt with it better in court, but she was nervous and sad.
Yeah, her story changes a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, this is me again.
Yeah.
Not
Yep, that's you. We know.
possibly
Whose voice
fully
is that?
getting something here,
Yeah, that's fine.
or maybe looking into it too much. Did it hint at all, or did you guys get it at the end that maybe Marissa Tomei was still with that guy at the end?
Well, I know what
I
you're
didn't
talking
get-
about.
I don't think so.
No.
Her dad
they-
mentioned, or the
they-
dad mentions
Seeing that picture of
the
them
picture,
smiling.
but that's an old picture, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
that's like
already
their-
know
when
that
they're
he's
married.
upset. He's obsessed.
Yeah.
He's
Okay.
a crazy ex-boyfriend.
So you guys didn't get that for some reason
No.
this time around.
I think Marissa Tomei's character was genuine.
Yeah, me too.
okay, because
But- The way he brings it up, though, I just think it maybe affected him, and maybe, but I don't
doesn't
think.
Sissy Spacek say something to? I don't know if it's just me.
Well,
hearing
she
things
says that
in
she
my
knows
head.
Marissa Tomei has cheated on him before, which is what she assumes.
Yeah, she thinks
Okay.
she's like a town.
She's just talking shit because she's worried about her son at that
Okay,
point.
okay, that's what it
We
was.
don't know exactly any of that. It's just like small town gossip.
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
how it's kind of
Yep.
integrated.
And because she's still technically married, she's not actually
Exactly.
divorced.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
She's worried about her son for legitimately reasons.
So Nick, you think, in all honesty,
Yeah,
without blowing it the fuck up,
yeah,
you think this is badass?
yes, I do. For
It's not
the,
glorified.
the
it's
reasons
not-
you guys just said, I think that's so badass. He had no other way out than to just put it to
You don't-
put it
okay.
to end.
It's not tragic.
Nope, it's badass to me.
That's weird.
He had no other way out but to fucking put it to rest and kill him. And that to me is badass.
Well, so this is going into like the moral play. Like, what would you do?
Who knows? But
Yeah,
probably the same thing.
Like,
I don't know.
because is he justified?
I think he is.
Yeah,
No, I understand him, but that
Yeah,
doesn't
you're
mean he's
you're
right.
It's
yeah.
not justice, but
yeah.
I understand his emotional.
Yeah, we understand-
his
that's
emotional backlash.
Yeah, that's a death penalty argument,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
the individual can feel compelled to do something that, and we understand. But when a government, an unbiased body,
Yeah.
decides to kill somebody, it's not
Yeah.
understood. Yeah.
yeah.
But you know what I like to say: eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. You know what I'm saying, Nick?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not like a pacifist or anything like that. I'm more of a pacifist than I say I'm a pro-violence guy, but I'm not like.
We like violence in movies, but we usually like the movies that say why it's
Yeah,
wrong.
that's-
You know what I mean?
exactly,
And
exactly.
people kind of misconstrue that.
But at
a
the
lot.
same time, I don't I don't blame somebody who acts like that. I luckily never had to have to go through what he went through, so I don't know what my reaction would be.
Well, it's like it makes me think of the Boogie Nights
Yeah.
thing with what's his name, the Jerry Lundegaard, William
William
H.
H.
Macy,
Macy.
Yeah.
and he, when he murders,
yeah.
and then everybody cheered, and Paul Thomas Anderson was so shocked by their reaction because he's like, that's not what you're supposed to do,
no, yeah.
and I kind of feel that way too
That
because
part's
you.
fucked. Why would people cheer?
Yeah, I know, and it kind of makes me think of.
That's funny.
In this movie, you root for him to do this, but then you see
There's
him
an-
laying there when he gets home, and it's just like maybe you shouldn't.
He
have.
can't
Yeah.
even say it. Like,
Yeah.
can't
Yeah,
even
he can't.
speak
He
about
can't.
it.
Yeah.
Well, she's like,
she
did you
knows
do
about
it?
it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and
But then
her
she just
attitude seems changed too.
Yeah.
Like,
She wants
also
some
didn't have to.
coffee.
Yeah.
She didn't have to go through what he had to.
She doesn't know. All she knows is this person is out of her
Gone.
life for
Yeah.
for
he
good.
could. Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it's over.
Yeah. She didn't have to do it.
there's an awesome shot, a beautiful, maybe not beautiful, but there's a shot when they're pulling his body on the ATVs, and it's just this red light covering the fucking wrapped up body. And it seems like it's from another movie.
Yep.
It seems like it's from a horror movie, and it's just like that whole scene. You're just fucking
The deer looks at him when they're buried.
squeezing your hands. You're just watching because they get stuck at the bridge. That whole bridge.
The
thing
guy staring
is,
at him,
is
like
genius. The whole bridge thing is genius.
Yeah, that guy runs around a lot.
Yeah.
In circles. He's got to be getting dizzy.
I just think that bridge part is genius. I mean, this was. I wonder if that was in like the original short story. I don't
know. The person who wrote the short story died right before the movie came out, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could remember their name, but unfortunately I can't.
Yeah.
What did this lose to at the Oscars?
Gladiator?
I don't know, but it was nominated
Beautiful
for
Mind? 5
Oscars. What? Do you remember what year?
2001.
2002 Oscars.
I know it was Tom Wilkinson was nominated,
Yep.
Marissa Tomei, Sissy Spacek.
See, I've always had a soft spot for Tom Wilkinson. I like him in almost everything.
He's a
Good.
fantastic
A Beautiful
actor.
Mind.
A Beautiful Mind,
Yep.
okay.
Halle Berry won for Monsters Ball. Denzel Washington won for Training Day.
Okay,
Jennifer
so
Connelly won for A Beautiful Mind.
I
Ron
can
Howard.
I can't.
Pretty stacked year, I
Yeah.
think.
I can certainly see
Fuck that.
Jim
This
Broadbent.
movie's way better than all those fucking shitty movies.
Ooh.
Well, okay, but here. My favorite people probably at the 2002 Oscars were Shrek, the Shrek cast when they were CGI.
Yeah, wasn't Mike Myers nominated for an Oscar? That was the first like mocap Oscar nominee. No, I'm just kidding.
No, his first nominee was Love Guru.
Okay, let's talk about the moment Sissy Spacek. We know she says she sees him everywhere. Okay? But the moment she sees him in that convenience
That's
store.
so fucking awkward.
Yeah, and he feels bad.
Yeah.
And that's interesting. He doesn't live his life like he feels bad, Not at all.
Yeah,
I would leave or try to.
Well, he
maybe
does.
has
He
probation.
He can't leave, but he does work in a different county or something. Like he bartends at some place where no one knows him.
Yeah.
Is what we hear.
It shows him at that scene though being a piece of shit too.
Like a sleazeball.
Yeah, he's like,
he is a
fucking
sleepy
bitch or something.
He's
What is
trying to
he
get
saying?
with that girl.
Well, that's a different scene.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right before
he kills. He dies.
That's right before he turns around and Tom Wilkinson's there to take him into his truck.
Like
that's badass.
That's Batman shit, dude.
That is badass too. When he turns around and he's right there.
He doesn't look that badass though.
I think he is.
You like old guys.
Yeah,
you
I
think old guys like shooting and shit. Is
I
cool.
have a thing about old
Like a
guys
fetish.
being badass.
You have like a fetish.
Yeah, I have a fetish. I want to count how many times we said badass in this episode.
Well, it doesn't
We've all
make
been
make
you
very
for the
much
most
sense for
part.
this movie.
I don't. I know what you.
I understand what you're saying,
where
but
you're coming from.
I don't
think
really
there's
see
other emotional things overpowering that.
I think Todd Field would think you're an idiot for calling his movie badass.
That's okay.
Let's just say that.
Wait, you don't really think though the movie is bad? Like you
I
just think
the
that
end of the
section
movie.
is
He thinks
bad.
November
That
Man is
section,
badass.
Yeah, that section. Of course,
Yeah.
I don't.
Like it's not like in
You're
the
not-
bedroom. That's bad. That's a badass. flick.
Yeah, that's what he's saying,
Badass
though.
cinema.
No, I wouldn't say that's a badass flick, but I would say
His portrayal is.
I think of it. I don't know, man. I'm telling you,
That's really funny.
I associate
I
it.
didn't. It's not like he's like jumping in slow motion.
No, I don't
shooting.
think. See, it
That's
doesn't
what's-
have to be that way.
He
though.
just puts off an aura to you.
Yeah.
He's desperate. You like
Yeah.
You like that fucking loner man on a mission. Desperate
Yeah,
shit.
exactly.
So that
exactly.
feeds that old man.
So do you
fetish
think
got.
he's gonna
Yes.
kill him the entire movie you're watching it?
No.
No.
Okay. Well, I'm surprised you didn't check out till.
But you like this guy that's pushed to the brink. Shit.
Yeah, I like that. I like
just,
that shit.
I'm just fucking. I just know what Nick likes.
See, I watched this movie when I was a lot more closed-minded to shit, like way back in the day.
Man.
Like, if you
Whoa.
think I'm closed-minded now, it was way worse
So
back
maybe
then.
by the time you're Tom Wilkinson's age, you'll
Yeah.
actually enjoy this movie.
but I really liked it from the first time I
Yeah.
saw it.
I remember.
I don't think it's. Sorry.
No,
go
I
ahead,
was
Ben.
just gonna say I remember the first time I saw it. It was at your apartment.
Yeah.
Because you just had it on, and I remember like when Nick Stahl gets shot, I was just like sitting there. I was like sucked in then,
Yeah.
like to the
It's
whole
like,
thing.
Jesus
I hadn't
Christ,
even
yeah.
watched it before, so
How one thing can impact family and community so much is amazing. But a thing about it's a simple movie, okay, as in terms of what goes on. But
Yeah.
I think it's just a more sophisticated kind of storytelling because the plot is so you can explain it in one line basically. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
and
There's many
it's
layers.
just it's a very emotional,
moral.
yeah,
you
like
know.
there's a lot going on, but it's all it's not tangible. It's more you can't really describe it. Kind of like in the movie how they have trouble coping with this and talking about it.
Yeah.
But there's a gun, so it's badass.
It's like a little PP7 too. It's like
Oh, it's probably it's not a PP7. He's not a fucking James
it
Bond
was such
spy.
like a
Do you think
like-
Tom Wilkinson would be a good James Bond?
no. Like
Okay,
what
when
do
he
you-
shoots him twice at the end, it's so slight and subtle. Like it's
Because he had enough.
it's so realistic.
He couldn't bear to look at him any longer.
Yeah. Oh.
And his friend is like, that wasn't our plan. And you don't know there's a plan at that moment. You don't know his friend's involved either.
You see that little guy running
Well,
For
what
me-
would their plan have been though?
to take him out into the woods and shoot
And
him.
then
Yeah, there was more
Oh.
of getting.
Now
him
they had to
further
drag
away.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I was gonna say like the end game
I'll
was
tell you
death.
I'll tell you what also I think is super interesting is that when he convinces him of this, I need you to move away and this is the only way you're gonna, and he buys it just because he knows he's about to die and he's trying to latch on to the only possible
Possible
thing.
Just gonna, well,
There's nothing
I've
else
watched
he can
enough
really do.
fucking Sopranos to know when you go out into the woods, you
Yeah,
back.
Yeah, from the moment he got in the truck, I just felt like the dread. Like I knew something was
so
gonna
maybe
happen.
like I'm not saying he's super sorry for what he did, but maybe when he saw, he doesn't want to do this guy, the father, wrong. He doesn't want to do Tom Wilkinson wrong anymore. You know what I'm saying? So he'll just like go with whatever that guy says.
Yeah.
And then he does have a gun.
Yeah, I
You
don't
know.
think there's anything he could have done about it. I guess he could have tried, but he knows what a gun will do to somebody because he killed that guy's son with one
Yeah. You think-
and punched him in the face.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's that
That-
previous
yeah.
fight. Yeah.
That we also don't see.
Do you think? I guess that guy isn't that guy like what's his name?
Mapother or something?
Yeah,
William Mapother?
He was a
I don't
good
know how to
actor.
say it.
He's
was-
that's Tom Cruise's
Yeah,
cousin.
cousin.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen him.
He
in-
was on he was on some of Lost. That's what
Yeah,
I knew
he's
from it. He was awesome on Lost.
Yeah.
He's creepy.
Does he
Yeah.
look that way normally?
yeah.
Okay,
he
but-
got plastic surgery for this movie, and
No,
they
I
used
meant, like,
extensive prosthetics.
The hair look dyed and
Oh, yeah.
he just looked like
He
a-
gelled it.
They made him look like
Scummy.
Yeah, he just looked like a
He is
scumbag.
scummy.
Like a small town scumbag.
Yeah,
Do you think he could beat up Tom Wilkinson?
probably not.
So, is there a sequel? Like,
I wish.
Why?
oh man.
What? Where the cops find out
Yeah.
Tom Wilkinson did it, and he
And then
picks
he
them all
goes on
off.
a
He
vengeance.
goes on the run.
Yep.
Jumps off a waterfall.
I think this was more badass than Death Wish.
Chirp, chirp. Why?
It felt more real.
Okay. Is real life badass?
You're completely lost. I would just stop.
It felt more the violence.
Do you think
felt
the
like,
bicycle thieves is badass?
What?
Do you think? Yeah.
No. So.
Do you think 400 Blows is badass?
The hell is that?
the hell is that? So no, I think it affects you more because you're connected more to the characters than say you are in Death Wish. Death Sentence. That's badass.
Yeah, now
right?
that. Yeah, I was gonna
That
say.
is
Wait
like
a minute here.
your
So that makes sense to me.
prototypical
That makes
what you think is badass.
that makes sense to me. Like you love the Punisher, because he goes through this transformation, which this badass transformation. Death Sentence. He goes through this badass transformation. So I kind of see because Tom Wilkinson's character goes from this mild-mannered guy to a killer.
Yeah.
And there is a transformation there.
But it's not like that.
It's not like
It's not like
He doesn't shave
shaving
his-
his head. Yeah.
You think this is an exploitation movie?
and he starts pumping iron real hard, and
yeah.
doesn't happen. But there's I know what you're like talking about.
yeah, I
But I
get
think-
what you mean. But
He doesn't know what words mean. And you're trying. That's all I can say.
Maybe. Well, so what else? What else is badass? And in this reign of like, okay, what's your badass rating? So Tom Wilkinson is compared to like Sylvester Stallone or what?
It's in a different level.
He's a
Jack
different-
Reacher.
That's a different. This is.
But no, we're trying to
Understand you.
Understand you.
I don't look at this movie as
but
anything
you're-
like Rambo or anything like that. for
But
God's
Rambo's
sake.
badass, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So badass is just a broad spectrum of movie.
Yes.
Okay.
Like what?
You thought his actions at the end were badass, and that's it.
Exactly what he said. Like he had no other option.
I fucked up and gave him excuses.
Yeah.
Use.
He had no other option. That to me, that's what I think is.
He's left with no option.
Yeah,
you act like his character is like Michael Douglas in Falling Down or Travis Bickle in Taxi Driver.
Falling
and
Down isn't that great.
That's fine.
That's not my.
You were obsessed with it.
Yeah.
Watched it again. Wasn't that great?
Yeah, it's
things change when you pay attention.
Yeah, yeah, it's solid. Yeah. Fuck you. Who the
Yeah,
fuck are you?
Slave to the kill.
Yeah.
Michael Douglas is more badass in Black Rain.
Okay. Because he's like a slick motherfucker.
Yeah.
You like guys with slick back hair.
Yeah, I do.
Were you open? Tom Wilkinson looked in the mirror and slicked back his hair and then punched the glass. Would you like it more?
No, I love it.
That wouldn't fit in at all.
I loved it. I loved her.
Okay, now since we got only 2 to compare to, what do you think this is better than Little Children?
Yes.
I haven't seen Little
Yeah,
Children. in a
I
while.
need to rewatch Little Children.
I've
love it
I've
though.
only seen it once.
I like Little Children a little bit more, but I still think this is.
You don't think there's anything badass in that, do you?
No.
I do.
Trying to
The-
think.
Jack
When he
Girl
cuts his
Little rapist.
Yeah, when he cuts his
his unit off in the park.
yeah, badass
Oh,
transformation.
that part makes me sick.
But yeah, I don't know. I can't make a judgment.
I can't make. I haven't seen it in a while,
This-
but I love them
This
both.
really makes me want him to make something else, though.
But there's also that
Stanley Kubrick's protege.
if he makes something else,
There's a chance it might.
there's
It's not going to tarnish these movies, though.
I know.
yeah, I ain't worried about
but
that.
he's at a cool point right now that it's been so long, and he's only got these 2. He's just
He could fucking pull a Malik or something after 16
Yeah.
years, make a fucking hit.
Fucking. If he did that, I would be.
You know what I'm saying, though?
he's up here though right now.
But not anymore. He's not doing anything.
I think he's still up there.
Yeah, he is. He's good. Poor Toddy. Hot Toddy.
Yeah, he's perfect as far as I'm
He's
concerned.
perfect. He's badass.
Yeah, he's badass too.
So who's the most? Do you think Lady Snowblood was badass?
No,
So you don't know what badass means.
Uh,
I don't think that was.
That's what I was saying. Because he was describing. He was using words to describe
Yeah,
Lady Snowblood
Yes,
and
I
talking
agree
about
there. Like
in the
her
bedroom.
journey
So
and
this
vengeance.
this
and
woman is
it's
a fucking like born weapon. She's a Terminator. She's made to terminate.
If I go down to Ace Hardware and walk back in the paint section
What?
and get
that is
Shut
paint
what?
and throw it at the fucking wall, that is not badass.
Okay.
So Kill Bill. You don't like the blood shit in Kill Bill?
It was all right.
It's the same thing. It's a
He doesn't remember.
Uh-huh.
He liked it then, but he doesn't like
So
it
do you
now.
do you think Uma Thurman is badass in Kill Bill?
You don't
Not
think
really.
girls are badass?
Not really. Yeah, I do.
Who? Oh, Sarah Connors.
Yeah, Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Selena Kyle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
She's not.
badass.
Oh, yeah.
Because he said.
Don't
that
get me
he-
going.
He said.
I'm
How
getting
long
you
we
going.
got? An
He said-
hour? Don't get me going
He said
on that.
Batman Returns is like a feminist
I think
dream
Bridget
or
Fonda's
something.
badass in the movie Point of No Return.
Bridget Jones's baby?
No.
Okay.
We're going off the fucking rails right now on the
So
definition
before
of badass.
we can keep talking about what would you give it?
4.5.
Me?
Yeah, sure.
I would give it a 4.5. I think it's amazing.
I didn't think about a score. Actually, I think in the past I gave it 5 out of 5. I'm pretty sure I did.
I'm 5 out of 5
I'm gonna
all
stick
day.
with the 5 out of
Yeah.
5.
I agree.
So that's a hit. Is this the first movie that we all agreed?
No.
Not maybe high.
This is the
Yeah.
first
high
time I
like
gave
that.
a 5 out of 5 to anything, I think.
On the movie,
We
I
all
think so
agreed on
too.
Halloween.
Yeah, but it wasn't like a. I think
Well,
someone gave it maybe a 3.5
I gave
or a 4.
I gave it a 4, and you yelled at me.
I gave it a 4.5,
I
and you
think I
yelled
gave
at
it
me.
a 3.5.
Oh,
Yeah.
you did.
See,
you did.
3.5.
Yeah, I didn't. I'm just kidding.
See, yeah, I think this is probably the highest rated that
Yeah.
we've
Really?
all come together on, but I'm not surprised.
Yeah, it's
No.
it's a fucking banger. It's great.
It's new. It's American.
Yeah.
You know, it's easy for everybody to like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's effective and
Yeah. It's an Oscar-y movie, you know.
it is, but it
Yeah.
doesn't feel so.
No, no,
you
no.
know, it's
I'm sure it wasn't released with the intentions of it being a
It
big
was a
Oscar.
Sundance.
I can see that
Yeah,
it
yeah,
is, though.
It's a Sundance movie.
Yeah, we can see it as
Well,
it is in retrospect. But
it-
if we
because
heard
it's actor, it's
This is the
great
movie that we
performance.
would have
Actor
traveled.
movie,
We would
yeah.
travel to see. when it's in theaters. No shit.
Yeah,
No doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we were in like 6th.
No, I
I
know,
would
but I'm
grade,
saying
so-
I'm
I would
thinking.
fucking travel to see a third Todd Field movie. I'll tell you that.
Me too.
I mean, I've traveled for worse.
That's
I almost traveled for
Bellflower.
horrible.
I travel for Boondock Saints too.
Yeah.
And I would travel for a serious man, which you did.
I travel for a serious man.
And that
and
wasn't
big
this
regret.
this was the opposite of what you thought. You thought that was gonna be badass.
I did.
but it wasn't.
Oh,
don't
man,
know.
that's so funny
I
to me.
really did.
Well, it's funny.
Do you think Coen movies are badass?
Mhm.
I just bought
No
Blood
Country.
Simple.
Did you on Criterion?
The Barnes Noble.
How does that look?
50% off.
Or you
yeah.
didn't get it yet?
I got it just today or yesterday.
Yeah, that movie's badass.
I
No
got-
Country for Old Men is badass.
I got Blood Simple and McCabe and Mrs. Miller.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited
Cool.
to watch them. You get anything?
Not
Guillermo-
from the Barnes and Noble.
Guillermo?
I got Guillermo recently, and I got
Guillermo.
Doctor Strangelove recently.
The only thing about that Barnes and Noble sale though is a lot of times the stuff is on Amazon isn't really that much off from that because they do like the 50% off of like a whatever humongous list price is.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Yeah, I
Still
mean,
get a good
mine
deal,
were
though.
$20 each.
Yeah.
So, and I bought Inherent Vice too.
For 10.
Dude, I saw that
I
in
already had
Target,
that.
the DVD for
I
$35.
know.
I got
we
mine
used
for
to talk
12.
about we used to talk about this.
Yeah.
It was fucking.
That's why I didn't buy it for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
The
saw it today for
DVD
$10 on Amazon.
Thank you, because I fucking bought it.
Yeah, the DVD, I saw it the other day in Target. Just the DVD sitting there on a random shelf and like buy a bunch of $10 movies and it was
That had to have been
$35.
I don't know
Misplaced.
why though.
Probably because people don't. Usually these smaller movies, I'm going to call it smaller, but that a lot of people don't buy, they overprice because
Yeah.
they need to. They know the people who will buy and will pay for it.
Yeah.
I think
FYE.
that's my idea.
When I saw Prometheus for $49.99 on
God,
Blu-ray,
dude.
I
It was a
flipped.
3D one. I mean,
Yeah,
not that
but-
justifies
oh
it,
my
but
god!
I wouldn't buy that for $5.
You could buy it for $5 right now.
I wouldn't.
That's why I was
Find
like,
it cheaper
wow.
for him.
I'll find it cheaper for you.
What's
watch-
Go Hastings.
I'll watch the next one. What is that?
Alien
Paradise?
Covenant or
Yeah.
whatever.
Paradise.
Did you guys already see the leaked the leaked pictures of the
Xenobite?
xenomorphs?
I don't
That's
care
awesome.
about that.
I didn't see it.
I know what a xenomorph
They're
looks
different.
like.
They're called different names now.
Yeah, I know.
What are
Yeah.
they?
I forget what it is.
Xeno babies?
they have like a cross. They're more human.
It's,
Alien.
Yeah, it's not Xeno. It's something else. It has a different
The
prefix.
deacon.
God.
I hope the deacon is in this one.
Did you think that was badass, the xenomorph and deacon fight at the end?
Yeah, absolutely.
It was like in slow motion.
So it's
I
very
love that.
similar to Tom Wilkins.
Yeah. No.
We're just very confused.
Okay.
I mean, there's no more we can talk about with this fucking shit. It's just gonna go into a circle.
Yeah, what are we doing?
What do you want to know?
next?
So next week we're watching some badass shit. I swear to God we are. Unfortunately, our pal Nick won't be here for that. So we're having somebody sit in. We're having our friend Dylan sit in. But we're watching Rolling Thunder.
So you won't hear Nick's disdain for whatever.
And Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance.
I don't
So-
have any
yeah.
disdain.
No,
You
I
usually
you
do?
very respectful for.
Eh,
No,
I don't know if it was that respectful. but-
Why wasn't it? I said about the blood. That had nothing to do with.
You just said you said you like Jackie Chan movies.
right. I
They're
was
more-
stating a fact.
Jackie Chan's more badass.
He is
He's
early. Now he's an idiot.
Rush Hour
um,
3.
Yeah.
So, but now next week we're watching some badass movies. Rolling Thunder, which is a Vietnam vet who gets robbed and beat up and gets his hand stuck in a garbage disposal, and he seeks revenge on these thieves with Tommy Lee Jones, who he's having some mic problems, but it's badass. Have you seen this, Nick?
Rolling Thunder. Is this? This isn't the one that John Carpenter wrote, is it? With Tommy
No.
Lee Jones in the early 70s?
He wrote this?
No. I'm asking.
I don't
Hang
know.
on. I'm going to look it up right now.
I have no clue. And then the other one is Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance, which is a Korean movie with a lot of twists and turns and
No, it's
lot
not.
lot of twists and turns with just vengeance plots. There's 3 layers of revenge. It's from the guy who did Old Boy, which is a fucking badass movie, by the way.
When's Handmaiden come out?
It's out limited right now.
Oh, is it?
Mhm.
Maybe it's on demand.
Park Chan-wook is one of my favorite directors.
We also need to know what your picks are for December, Nick, because you won't be.
Oh shit!
Or do you not know yet?
I don't know yet.
You'll just have to let us know
Yeah.
before next episode.
Wow, he did Brain Scan? The guy that did Rolling Thunder?
John Flynn.
Yeah. That is so random. And bestseller.
Bestseller. I saw bestseller.
I like
It's
that
not too-
movie.
It's all right. James
Wow,
Woods
he
is
did some
badass. in it.
random movies.
So that's what we're doing next week. So, the original gang will be here except Nick, and we're going to have our pal Dylan. Get a hold of us on our email. What is the email?
anotherlookpod@gmail.com.
So, also, we're recording this before.
Yeah, so this
This is our last episode before
This will be-
president.
Before the election. So,
this will be out
congratulations, Mr. Trump.
the 10th, right?
President-elect Trump.
Yeah. So,
And then the next one will be out the 24th.
so congratulations, Mr. President.
Madam President.
No.
Madam President.
No.
Don't fucking say these things.
The T-man's up. T-man's up to bat. It's his
Donald
turn.
J. Trump.
It's his turn to take the
If the
reins.
if the T-man is up by the time this comes out, I will no longer be part of this podcast because I will be unreachable.
All right, so here goes nothing.